Welcome to U.S. Immigration TV. Well, there are recent reports, again, sending shockwaves throughout the Filipino community in the United States. Another Filipino green card holder was detained by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, upon his return from the Philippines, where his family went to celebrate his 20th wedding anniversary. So far, he has been in detention for 4 days, and his family is frantic. Also, the Filipino community throughout the United States, especially green card holders, are now terrified of taking a trip outside the U.S., including to the Philippines. Now, according to an article in the Seattle Times, Maximo Londonio immigrated to the U.S. many years ago when he was 12 years old and apparently never naturalized. Well, upon returning from a recent trip to the Philippines with his wife and youngest daughter, he was pulled aside by CBP and taken into custody. Now, Londonio and his family had made several trips to the Philippines over the years without incident. He had been sent to secondary screening at the airport, which is a more in-depth questioning and interrogation, but he was always allowed to re-enter the U.S. But this time, he was detained, and so far has been in custody for 4 days. It's been reported that his wife, Crystal, said that she has tried to get information from federal authorities, but she was given no answers about her husband or his detainment or how long he will be detained. Well, when Londonio was finally able to have that phone call and able to speak with his family, he told them he was being transferred to another facility for an upcoming hearing, which means he may have already been placed in deportation or removal proceedings. But why would a green card holder be detained? Well, I think this may be the answer. The newspaper article revealed that Londonio had pled guilty in 2002 to a charge of grand theft and was sentenced to 7 months in county jail. He was 19 years old at the time, and he had already completed his sentence and his probation without any issue. The article did mention that CBP officers told the wife that her husband was being held for what's called administrative proceedings, maybe removal proceedings, to look into his past convictions and verify the status of his cases. So you know, theft offenses, including grand theft, may be considered what is called crimes involving moral turpitude, which could make a person inadmissible or deportable. Therefore, that 2002 charge of grand theft may now be the reason for his being detained. Also remember, in January 2025, Congress passed the Lincoln-Riley Act, and that law required certain non-citizens to be taken into custody and detained if they were arrested or charged with certain crimes such as theft and even shoplifting. Therefore, even if a green card holder had been able to travel to the Philippines and back many times in the past, the Trump administration is really getting tough and cracking down on people with past crimes, past convictions, past charges. And this recent story is similar to another story about a longtime Filipino green card holder who was similarly detained upon her return from the Philippines. And in that case, she had an old conviction for embezzlement. So again, this involved a green card holder with a past crime. So if you are a green card holder and you have questions or concerns, especially if you have a previous conviction, I would strongly recommend that you consult with an attorney to evaluate your situation and see if it is safe for you to travel outside the U.S. or naturalize. However, of course, if you obtained your green card lawfully and have not violated our laws, you really shouldn't be worried. But what is important, I think, for purposes of this video, is that whenever you read or hear stories such as these of a longtime green card holder being detained, I like to post videos going deeper into that story to find out and explain to you why it happened. Here, it really could have been that 2002 grand theft that could have been the cause of his being detained, especially in this era of Trump's strict immigration enforcement, where even crimes such as shoplifting, minor offenses, can find a person being detained. I hope you have found this video informative. I know it may not have done much to calm your nerves, but it is just a warning. Be careful, be informed. And that's what the purpose of this channel is, to keep you informed. So therefore, please make sure to like, share, and especially subscribe to this channel. I am Michael Gurfinkel, and thank you for watching and subscribing to this channel.